Hello, everyone. I have a pleasure today to introduce you Vyacheslav Boltrukevich, who is the head and also the founder of Lean Enterprise Institute Russia. And he's my best friend for many years as well. And we work together on different projects and especially on Lean in Russia in different establishments. Uh, I'm working for Philips, and tomorrow will be my election together with Oleg. We'll talk about how Lean works in unstable office environment because you familiar with a lot of office manufacturing examples, I believe. But Lean can work in office, and we can show you how exactly and what we experienced during this. And today is time for Vyacheslav to present about his journey and his findings in this very interesting Lean world. So, Vyacheslav, stage is yours.
Thanks a lot. Oleg has just joined us as well. This is the team from Russia that is sharing our experience in Lean Global Connection Summit this year. Oleg and Dan are from Philips, heavily work in this company in Russian branch of Philips for years, and I will introduce you today to the experience of one of the restaurants. One of the restaurants in the far east of our country. It's called Supra. It's not the name of Japanese TVs, but the name of a restaurant, of a Georgian restaurant in the far east. It's actually over here in the far east, very close to Japan, much closer to Japan than to Moscow, which is in the western part of the country. And 9 hour flight from Moscow, to say so. If you want to have a good Georgian cuisine with Far East seafood flavor, you could jump on a plane and spend 9 hours from Moscow within one country. So it's nice looking. It's nice looking, and it's a small company actually. I'll show you. Actually, I wanted to share with you a little bit of history of this restaurant, a bit about the people who work there, who lead all the processes, and a bit how the process is designed. It's quite interesting to see the aligning of the strategy that they chose in general, and the processes operations in each step of guest journey map, so-called, how they designed all those operations to support the global strategy of this small company in the far east of our country. Just to have a flavor of what this restaurant is looking like and what the atmosphere is inside, we have a short video I would like to show you. It's about 100 seconds long, a little less than 2 minutes. It's in Russian. It was not made especially for Lean Global Connection, but it was made especially for the case study that we have created for this restaurant. So probably you won't understand what's there, what's said there, but the general atmosphere is something we are looking for within this video. I'll try to switch now to see the video. And Dan, I ask you to help me and say whether it's working or not correctly.
Друзья, это прежде всего гостеприимство. Владимир, очень ждем вас. Гости столик на вас уже готовится. Мы дарим им эмоции. Мы встречаем наших дорогих гостей хворостом, лимонадами, нашим фирменным вином, чаем, чтобы ожидание было не таким долгим, и оно пролетело очень быстро. Я очень рад, что гости недолго будут ждать свою еду. Напитки появятся на столе через 30 секунд, а блюдо прямо из печи отправляется к гостям.
Hello, Flávio.
Мы танцуем и вместе с гостями, и сами танцуем, чтобы и сотрудники, и наши гости все наслаждались огромным праздником. Добро пожаловать
Já vi
на
que você compartilhou sua... Qual navegador você está usando?
Ai, cara, eu tô no Safari, vou ter que entrar pelo Chrome, né?
Oh, great, we have some guests on our stage. I guess. Am I the only one who hears
Oh,
some
vou te
clocks?
botar aqui como
No,
moderador.
we also hear.
No,
Unfortunately,
not the only one, right?
now it's finished. Yeah, so I think you can continue.
The thread of those Georgian restaurant employees. So just to give you a flavor of what the restaurant is looks like from the inside, you see it's quite a fancy, it's quite a free atmosphere. It's joyful atmosphere that they are trying to create.
Malu, se puder dar reload aí agora.
And let's try to see what the strategy of such a restaurant might look like, and what the strategy of a restaurant in general might look like. And for this, let's I would like to say a little bit about target audience and price level of the dishes of the dinner. Ilya, this is his name. This is a young person. He's a little bit over 30. On the above picture, jointly with me, showing me the operations, guiding through the Gemba in this restaurant, as well as Evgeny, his operations director, on the picture below. Both of them are a little bit over 30. And it's not the first restaurant project of this young entrepreneur, Ilya. This is his actually second restaurant project. The first one was done and made and built when he was in his early 20s. And that was a premium fine dining restaurant called Zuma, which was for a long time in the top 3 restaurants in the ratings of restaurants in the country. And then 10 years after, he has sold that project and opened another one.
Tudo bem, cara. Não, por alguma razão o Hop não tá
Let me try to
computador.
Let me try to do something with
Eu
the
ia falar para você o seguinte, você pode
voice.
no Chrome, você tá usando que computador? É um Mac? É um Mac, MacBook Pro. Tá, então vai
I'm not sure.
preferências do sistema, né, na maçãzinha lá em cima.
Dan, you're a moderator. Please do something.
Aí você vai abrir segurança e privacidade.
I don't have any buttons on my screen to press.
Dan,
Casinha.
if I ask you to go to the support and to tell them the situation,
I'll
maybe
try.
they
I'll try. So, yeah, I'll do it.
and I will go on with the.
Privacidade, aí você vai ver no menu esquerdo aí.
I'll go
Dá
on with
scroll down, vai ter
explanation.
gravação de tela. Clica em gravação de tela. Tá ok. Ele tá dando acesso aqui ao Zoom.
Excuse me.
Ao Chrome ele tá dando.
Excuse me, this is Latin
Tá
America.
dando
That's
acesso ao Chrome?
Latin American. All Latin Americans.
Entendi.
That was funny.
Porque
They can interfere
estranho,
any
cara.
presentation.
Era justamente para
No sense of
teoricamente
humor.
era para não estar habilitado aí, né? Mas se tá, então ótimo. Então não é esse o nosso problema. Não é. Você tem outro computador, cara? Tenho, eu vou ter que dar um jeito aqui, cara. Eu vou. Posado.
All right.
Eu vou ter que achar uma outra.
Dan, can I ask you to go to support,
Então.
please?
Sabe o que eu vou fazer, cara? Eu vou reiniciar o meu computador.
Excuse me, I am sorry. I'm sorry that there is some people from Latin America are chatting, and
Beleza, valeu.
I'm not sure that
abraço.
if I continue, go on, you can hear me. The stage is mine again. Thanks a lot. So, coming back to the restaurant. So this is his second project, and this restaurant was set up this.
We have a problem. Someone is chatting in our session during our lecture in Spanish.
Oh my God. Just a second.
A couple of people, and they're not.
Cool. Continue. Let's continue. So again, sorry for that. Second project, and it was made to provide quality food for decent prices. Target audience, keeping in mind where the restaurant is located in Vladivostok Far East. The biggest audience, the biggest part of the audience or target audience is guests from Asia, of course. Second group of people they're aiming to was guests from Moscow. They call Moscow in Kama. Actually, guests from all over Russia that are usually coming to Vladivostok on the flight from Moscow, since it's far, far away and not many cross-regional flights there are in our country. And citizens of the city of Vladivostok, of course. So these three types of people that are always welcomed in this restaurant in the middle of the city. Second, speaking about business, we know this very standard, well-known formula that profit equals to quantity multiplied by price minus variable cost and minus fixed cost. Speaking about this restaurant, thinking about its business model, we understand that we cannot influence actually by operations to the fixed costs. It's fixed. It's fixed, and you probably will not be able to change it only if you go to delivery business model and go off the offline restaurant in general. You also cannot compromise on variable cost, since it's connected. It's hardly connected with the quality of the food. And since the founder Ilya did not have this compromise, we could count that, we could think that this is stable and fixed variable cost. And the price is something that is putting a restaurant in a certain segment, market segment, and it's quite, and the market segment, people are quite sensitive to the price change. So it's not also the parameter we can influence to increase our profits. So quantity, a number of people we can serve a day is the only parameter that we can, by which we can play with profit. So how to increase the profit by increasing the quantity of people, the throughput of the restaurant, the number of people served every day. This is the aim and the challenge of a restaurant. Speaking about it, we can understand that since it's working in the casual middle segment, middle price segment, casual, it's called casual in the restaurant industry, we are working on the volume, not on the margin, but on the volume. And the number of people served is the aim, the challenge that can allow us to increase profit or does not allow us to increase profit. So what about operations? How to design, the challenge is how to design operations in the restaurant so it would allow us, it would help us to increase the turnover of a table or a number of guests served every other day in the offline area of the restaurant. So this is how the map can look like. Very simplified, but complex enough to make this analysis. And below you see the top 3 points on every step of this journey map, the design of operation that allows the restaurant to increase the turnover. And then we'll see what the result actually is for this. So entrance. First, there's no booking in this restaurant. There's no booking because once they started 4 years ago, when they started, they have these booking services, and when they did, they understood quite quite fast, they understood that they cannot actually make money if they have a booking. Between the booking, sometimes people don't show up, and the booking, just existence of booking makes the loss of the time of the table bigger. That's it. So on the other side, if you have no booking and you want to load your tables as heavy as you can, you need a line in front of the restaurant, and they're trying to put they're putting a lot of music outside, and it attracts people since the restaurant is located in the center of the city. When you come there, they provide you with free wine in the entrance, free wine, and once they put you a wine and you have a first sip, you actually already bought something, and now you just have to stay there until the end of the line and go inside the you took an obligation to wait until they allow you in. And then they make some quests, they make some they play with you, they give you some presents, they give you socks, etc. Small presents. They make you an ambassador. So outside of the restaurant, not even on the territory that you pay for, you have a bunch of people who are waiting for the possibility to come in. So please take a seat. In Supra, when person takes new party of guests to the table, they already make a pre-order. And once you sit on the table, it's a job of a waiter that's taking you from outside to take an order for a drink and for the salad if it would be better even for the salad, but drink for sure. There is most of the tables are two-party tables. They do not accept companies over 6 people at all. They would just say, "I'm sorry, we are sorry, but we are not allow you to go inside." And the space is equipped with these two-seat tables. Quite the atmosphere is quite squeezy, right? So once you sit down, they propose you to take an order, and the waiter pushes. The waiter is very pushy on you. He would guide you through the menu and push you to spend less time to make an order. They have a rule of 30 seconds beer. They work with their supplier to the special mechanisms that allows to spill beer in the glass in less than 30 seconds, when the standard is 45 to 55 seconds. And this is on purpose in order to not to break the emotional connection between the first and the next cup of beer. And all the menu is equipped with the most part of the dishes in the menu are made in less than 12 minutes, and some of them are a little bit over, but all of them less than 17 minutes. If it should be cooked over this time, it would just not go into the menu. Dinner itself, loud music. You could hear this and see this in the video. Quite loud, like louder than it was supposed to be. It's emotional swing. They make it louder, and then they stop it for 10 or 15 seconds, and then everyone's coming calm, and then they go it again, and this plays sort of a joke with the emotional state of a person, of a guest, when it was up, and then they they manage this emotional state, and the thought is like, okay, it's probably over and I have to go somewhere else. And the waiter pushes and guides through menu, through orders all the time, being as close to the guest as he can be. They actually don't have a rule for a waiter on the distance between himself and the guest, and it allows waiters to be as natural as they can be, playing and interacting with guests. You also could see this in the video. And then the biggest challenge probably is for the waiter is to find out, to define the moment when person is ready to pay and leave, because right in this time restaurant starts losing money. When the person inside made a decision to pay, it's now a challenge of a restaurant, the waiter, to take the money as quick as he can, and to take the person and to take him out of the restaurant, prepare the table for the next party, and come take the next party and make them sit down on the table. And this time between the decision of taking the starting of being ready to pay, and actually the first sip of a drink of the next party, this is actually the changeover time in the restaurant. And there it was 9 minutes, and they've opened 2 years ago, they've opened one of the A3 format projects to decrease this time to 3 or 4 minutes, to analyze all this 9-minute period, and to design what they could do in order to decrease it and to increase utilization of tables. So this is the process. This is just imagine if you are the guest of this restaurant in Vladivostok, you would go through this line, and I circled the dinner in green color, because this is the only point or the only condition where restaurant adds value to the guests, and so earns money. All the rest of the steps are actually muda, losing money. And if you think of how they take the guests through this line, through the steps, actually the biggest part of all the journey, which is by the way a little less than 1 hour, all this journey, when they guide you through the steps. The most part of this 1 hour journey would be during the dinner stage, which is very useful. This is normal and very good for the restaurant, for the owner of the restaurant. High level of standardization and visualization. This is what we can see inside this restaurant. The standards are not made forever. You could see them. Those are made by markers on the screen, on the paper, and they are changing gradually. The CEO of the restaurant, Ilya, is taking part in all those operations. You could see the number of hinkali they made for 4 years, for 5 million of those pieces, with meat and shrimps and scallops inside. Very, very, very tasty, by the way. And a lot of standards are helping to visuals are helping all the employees to see the state of, to repeat the continuous to repeat the operations, standard operations, to see the deviations, to see the problems, and to see where they are in the process. So what about the results? Turnover of the tables is something we are looking for. The challenge here, up to 9 times a day. Well, this is terrific, keeping in mind that the average in industry is about 4, so it's more than twice twice as much as average in the industry. McDonald's have about 7. This indicator is about 7. So we are about above McDonald's level as well. And this allows not to earn more margin. Actually, from each check, from each guest, Supra earns as much as any other steakhouse, but the number of those guests served every day, twice as much as the next restaurant in the street. This allows to have extra earnings that could be spent for further development of the restaurant and for its people. They have about 7,000 improvements, kaizens a year. This is a number of kaizens that actually they don't count, but it's something like this. Once they've decided that every top manager of the restaurant should do at least one improvement a day. Since there are about 20 people, they've created this culture of 20 kaizens improvements a day at least. And once they announced that, once they spoke about that, it became at one point it became a culture of improvement. So 7,000 is something, it's like a lot, and all those standards are changing gradually every day. So this is something I wanted to share with you about this Far East Georgian restaurant with, as we call it, with Far East flavor. Real Georgian food, very nice food with seafood flavor, with seafood addings. It's very nice. It's very nice restaurant. It's very nice food. It's very nice people who work there, and it's profitable. They work with a joy, and they earn money with a joy. Improving operations every day. So this is, I think, a good example. This is a good example of aligning the strategy of market strategy of how you could see this restaurant and the design of operations. And this connection, it's not obvious from the first time, but it's quite fundamental from the second look. And it can be transferred actually to any sort of company and any sort of operations. Once the strategy is defined, the operational system should be aligned to allow to reach those strategic goals and to work in accordance with the global strategy of the company. I'd be happy to share more information on this and to connect you to this restaurant and to give you guidance on the address. And once you go there, I would advise you to have a dinner at this place. Thank you so much. We have 1 more minute, and I guess this is time to finish and to go to the next session in our Lean Global Connection global event. Dan, you might close the session.
I will. Thank you. I was waiting for questions, but there are no one in the chat, so I think we can close right now. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for listening. Bye-bye.